Oh, game, don't crash on me. Oh, it's not responding. Here we go. Here we go.
I think that's enough of that for now.
I thought it looked a little bit different, not sharp.
You're quite fond of this show, aren't you?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. No, it's just got weird straight from the start now.
Okay, come on. Let's get you down to the observation room.
Okay, we're in a wheelchair. We have that much. So tab. Can't tab. No tab on this one yet.
This place must be starting to feel like home to you.
Does a little bit. Is it a fucking loony bin? Because that's what this game's made me feel like.
Don't worry. Try and get you out of here eventually.
Right, look at the posters. Taking as much information as you can.
Just in here.
I think it is a loony bin. I wasn't expecting this start.
Okay, are we through in the next room? Just relax and we'll get started in a moment.
I'm going to guess this one is going to tie all the other ones together. So for Pose, it'll be like a Pulp Fiction when he watches the stream back later on.
Right, Mr. Asian, now are you ready?
That's the name of the guy from the third one.
Record on the tape deck in front of you when you're ready.
Mr. Asian was the name they called us in the last one, wasn't it? Is that record?
This is subject 12-19-86-23, new session entry. We have myself, Dr. Alexander, leading, and in a room we have our patient.
That was the second one.
Mr. James Asian.
No, James. They called us James in the last one as well.
Recovered from a 2-week coma following his accident. In our last 3 sessions, James's attempts to recollect events of the accident seen him merging his memory with his imagination. These episodes have always ended in panic, and we've had to terminate the session abruptly. Let's try and do this one better, James. So when you're ready.
This is a proper mindfuck.
I know how difficult this must be, but you can do this.
I don't know what we're doing.
James, it's time to remember.
I don't think I want to remember.
Your mind. It's like a conscious...
Oh, that thing's back again.
It can show you your memories. Look into it.
No, I did this before. I looked into one before and it kind of went to shit. I'll be honest, it kind of went to shit. Anybody new that's in the stream, I will warn you, if you have epilepsy, now is probably not a good time to be watching the stream, because this gets a lot of flashy lights.
In your most recent episode,
I've been here before.
you recalled a false memory of a remote weather station. You were isolated from the rest of the world, locked inside your coma. We interacted with you daily, encouraging you to wake. Your family would do number puzzles with you. Anything, really, to bring you back.
Ah, so
People
the
needed
codes were the
answers,
number
James.
puzzles.
Do you remember?
I remember the numbers.
I have another signal here for you, James.
Yes.
It's at 5610 FM. You can't miss it.
Okay. I'm guessing we're doing this again. FM 5610. Maybe the reason we were left with loads of questions is because this is going to answer them all.
Type in the numbers, James.
Right, type in the numbers.
Gotta see this. This is 20F.
What?
12.
That was a letter.
19.
You said numbers. You just give me a letter and confuse me. Now I've got more questions about the numbers that you're giving me. Start again.
Type in the numbers, James.
I'm going to type them in.
Gotta see this.
Right, I'm going to see it. Tell me what they are.
This is 20F.
20,
12.
20F,
19.
12, 1986.
23.
1986 again.
04.
04.
Type in the numbers, James.
James, I know I'm James. I'm typing the numbers in. You say 20F.
This is 20F. 12. 19. 86. 23. 04.
He's definitely saying 20F,
Type
isn't
in
he?
the numbers, James. You gotta see this. This is 20F. 12.
I don't understand.
86. 23. 04.
Right, we're in.
Type in the numbers.
It's capital F.
You gotta see this.
So you are wearing the coma. People were talking to you, and you imagine this in your head. I think that's along the lines that it is.
86. 23.
Right, code word report. I thought we'd left this behind.
Type in the numbers, James. You gotta see this. This is 20F. 12. 19.
Okay, this is a different report now. This is a road traffic accident file. This isn't the one we were looking at earlier.
Type in the numbers, James.
What are we looking for again? Report.
This is 20F. 12. 19.
What?
86. 23. 04. Type in the numbers, James. You gotta see this.
Oh, I am going to see it. Right, so I don't need to keep telling me to see it. It's distracting me. Very difficult to read. Right, it says fatal accident there. Number of vehicles 2. Pleasant Hill Forest Road. Injured 1. We get a better bit on that. No, we can't. That's as good as it goes. James Ayton, One Way View Drive, Pewter Bridge, Walson. 10 to the 1st, 63. That's when we were born. Station Wagon White. Charles Hennings died. Okay, accident description. Arrived on scene to discover 2 cars that had been involved in a near head-on collision. Let's zoom out a little bit. A little bit more. Two cars have been involved in a near head-on collision. Mr. Ayrton found lying down outside his vehicle with head injuries. An ambulance was immediately called. His passenger was trapped in the vehicle in critical condition from wounds sustained at the collision. The driver of the blue sedan, Mr. Hennings, was found dead on arrival. It was noted that there was a strong smell of whiskey from the driver and an empty whiskey with that circled bottle on the passenger seat. Mr. Asian was questioned on scene, described an oncoming blue sedan being clearly out of control, which then swerved to avoid Mr. Ayton's passenger. Mr. Ayton's passenger was his sister. The driver of the blue sedan is an ex-police officer of 20 years. So what do we need from this again? Yes, you and Poet are both drinking whiskey. How weird is that now? You two stopped to go and get some whiskey before we started this. I don't know what it needs. I don't know what it needs off there. Okay. Code word reference report. Line 1, line 2, line 3. I don't know what it needs off us because there's nothing else on any of the other pages. So the pages are blank. I think. No, that's all there is. You got that page, which is just like the front page, and you've got that page. There are things that are circled. There are things that are circled. So we have 3 things that are circled. Let me get some focus again. 20F- fatal accident. Let's try that. 20F. Was that all in capitals? It was, yes. I've missed a dash off, haven't I? Right. Empty whiskey. Out of control. Right, let's see if this is correct. Winner, we're in.
Find the signal, James. Listen to the voices. You have to face it, James. Finally.
$7,000 FM. What's on 7,000 FM?
It's not like him at all. I've worked with Officer Hennings for 6 years and not once have we even talked about
What about that ball thing?
drunk driving. He was a father, a husband, he was fine. No way he caused this. It's him, this Haitian guy. He's got something to hide.
I have no idea where we are now. The weird thing is the background music stopped. That is very odd. This doesn't make sense to you. You're right, you've got that fucking... You've hit that nail right on the fucking head. You've absolutely smashed that nail on the head. That vision is blurry, you're right. That's where we were sitting. I think we're going to find out what was in that that room couch in the kitchen. The one we couldn't enter just now. Fuck was that? Hello? Hello? Hello, housekeeping? I get the feeling somebody's going to jump out that fucking door. Or there's somebody behind that bed. Okay. Okay. Nothing to see. You've spent most waking moments in there. Yeah, I'm not expecting jump scares as well, but because I'm not expecting jump scares, I expect there to be some, if you know what I mean. Because the game doesn't want me to expect them. So it'll be the prime opportunity. It's locked. You only caught a glimpse of the room. You guess that's why there is no detail here. I want to try some of these other doors now, see if we can get in them. Can we read the note yet? Knocked out the bloody screen again. You grab the keys from the table, they weigh heavy in your hand. What's in there? What can we see? Where did them keys go? The waiting area is dark, but you feel a presence right behind you. This just feels really weird, even though it's a game just walking around a hospital like it's a deserted hospital. I'll be honest, it's giving me goosebumps a little bit. The keys and the breathing, yeah. I'm going to have to walk into the light.
Okay, we have a 22-year-old male just brought in from a vehicle collision. He was awake and mobile at the scene, but collapsed on arrival to the emergency ward. The other passengers died in the accident. I'm getting no pulse. Prepare for defib. Amp charge full to 10 and give me 100 joules.
This must have been when they were operating on him then. This is what we must have been doing to ourselves. You know what I mean? Because that was the heart on that monitor before, wasn't it?
Full to 10.
And that's what we did when we charged the heart and blew it up.
Come on.
I can't remember how we did this now. Yeah, I can.
Can we get this on the screen, please?
Well, I can't remember which one we did. It was X-ray, weren't it? We turned the camera on, did we? X-ray. It wasn't that one, was it? I can't remember how we did this with the X-ray. Is it that one? That was up to 10, weren't it?
I can't see what I'm doing. Get this on the screen now.
Okay, that's my eye. That's looking a little bit weird. I can't remember how we did this. We have to turn one of these on.
Come on, 100 joules. Charge the amp full to 10.
100 joules. We're getting there, we're doing it, I think. $100 joules. We've got 100 joules, charge it up to 10.
I can't see what I'm doing. Get this on the screen now.
Okay, it's on the screen. Or was it this one? It wasn't that one, was it? I'm pretty sure there's one we turned on here before. Ah, there we go, just have to turn that off.
Come on, 100 joules. Charge the amp full to 10. No reaction from first stage. Let's try higher. 200 joules. Keep the amp charged at 10.
Right, 200 joules. More power. We're getting into Back to the Future territory.
200 joules. Keep the charge at 10. Let's go. Clear. Okay, we have a reaction of some sort here, a weak signal.
That's exactly what happened on the first
Let's keep going.
On the second one, sorry.
Increase again. 360, charge full.
360, yo.
Come on, 360, hurry.
I'm hurrying, don't push me. I get my numbers mixed up when you push me.
Clear. Well, would you look at that? It seems we have a pulse. Rhythm is stable. We need to run an X-ray right away.
So all these things we did, we're actually doing to ourselves.
Where are we with that X-ray? Let's get it going now, please.
I'm trying to remember how to do the X-ray. Is it that one? I don't remember how to do the X-ray.
Where are we with that X-ray? Let's get it going now, please.
Yeah, just don't push me, I'm trying to remember. Can I tab? No, I can't tab, couch. I can't tab. So we've got an X-ray. Oh, that's what we've just used, it wasn't that. I know we used that for something else, but I can't remember what we used it for. Ah, was it this thing?
Where are we with that X-ray? Let's get it going now, please.
Ah, there we go. Got stuff turned on that I shouldn't have turned on.
It looks like an intracerebral hemorrhage. We need to drain this now to relieve pressure. Prepare for trepanation.
That's when we drilled
Switch
into
on the
the
drill,
thing.
please. The drill, please.
Yeah, the drill's on. Let's turn the TV off. Coming for turn the TV off or not? That TV was on. This thing? That was sound frequency, that was, wasn't it?
Can we get this on the screen, please?
Ah, wrong screen. It was on the RGB before, weren't we?
Mr. Asian, you've made excellent progress. You're doing great. We need you to stay calm and try to relax.
That's not helping.
Next steps. We're going to attempt to alleviate some of this discomfort.
Drilling into your skull. Ouch. And we've come full circle. Not only tonight New Year's Eve, but tomorrow you leave on a 6-month trip abroad with your friends. Mum, Dad and your sister Jennifer have decided to throw a party to celebrate it all. The house is full. You're all in the living room and as usual you don't recognise a soul. Look around. The room is full of chatty strangers, mostly friends of Mum and Dad. There's a door to the hall. Read notes. No. Go to hall. You push through the crowd into the hallway. The hallway is as welcoming as ever, only this time the folks have put a great big banner up across the main wall. Half-finished drinks are abandoned on almost every horizontal surface. Stairs lead up, although the party is firmly downstairs. I think we need to go upstairs. As much as you'd love to, you promise you stay downstairs with the party. Go to kitchen. I know there is a kitchen. We've experienced a kitchen. They say all the best parties are in the kitchen. The kitchen is full of people and loud. There are drinks and food on the table and the party is in full swing. Dad has cooked a hog roast which sits proudly on the table. That's what we saw before, although no one is eating it. Look around. There is a utility room and writing on the wall. Also, Jen is here, signalling you. Read writing. Happy New Year 1986. On another banner. Weird place to hang it. That's where 1986 comes from. Look at Jennifer. Your sister is calling you over to talk. Go to Jennifer. You push through, apologising over and over to get to Jennifer. You hug, you're going to miss each other. You thank her for the party. She asks if you are enjoying the party. Say yes. You tell her it's great, even though you don't really know anyone. She tells you to enjoy it anyway and to loosen up. She asks you to get her a drink. Get Jennifer a drink. Let me guess, it's going to be whiskey. You pour Jen a drink and one for yourself too. There's never an awkward silence with Jennifer. She always has a question. She asks if you have everything sorted for the big trip. Say no. You tell her no. That's, I'll read that bit. Another hug. Your family have really gone out of their way to make this trip happen for you. It might be what you need to get some perspective and maybe not fuck up so much. She's going to miss you. You are going to miss her. She walks away. See, I put no in then because I think it was expecting us to say yes. I was trying to catch it out, but it knew. It already knew. Jen has disappeared into the crowd. You're left standing, nodding and smiling at the approving faces. There is so much to do for this move. Can't mess it up. But first, a drink. Have a drink. You pour and down another drink. Anything to move the night along. I got an idea where this is going now. Drink. Maybe I've just had another 2 drinks. Go to utility room. You open the door and peer in. You're never allowed in here normally. This is where Dad keeps his fine wines and whiskies. Ceiling to floor racks. A collector, although he does actually drink them too. There is a bottle with a ribbon round it and a card. Look at card. You pick up the whiskey and the card. It's your dad's handwriting. Son, we're so proud of you and everything you've achieved. You've earned this. It's a bottle of 25-year-old double malt. You shouldn't really, but you have to try it. Drink. Oh, I can't enter. With your whiskey in hand, you take the room around about you. There must be hundreds, no thousands of pounds worth of drinking here. You really must thank your dad for the whiskey. Look for Dad. Thank Dad. Leave utility room. You head back into the kitchen, clutching your new best friend. You stumble out of the utility room and back into the kitchen. This is one strong whiskey. You take another swig and give the thumbs up to Dad across the room. He nods and winks. Go to Dad. Look at Dad. He's young looking for his age. Hopefully you'll have the same look. Drink? I probably shouldn't drink. With an idea how this is going to turn out, maybe I shouldn't have another drink. Go to Dad. Any ideas, stream? Give Dad thumbs up. Give Dad high five. No. When in doubt, drink. Read note. I will try that. Go to hallway. You go back into the hallway. A few bumps and laughs on the way through as you make it to the hall. You stop dead in your tracks. It's Jen, covered in blood. Look at Jen. She's staring straight at you. No one else notices. Go to Jen. Blood is dripping down her face. It's mixing with tears. This isn't how I was expecting this bit to go. White face. Oh, hang on. What's that just come on the screen now? So I don't understand. What? I don't know what's going on now. Leave house. Now the light's flickering. Help. Okay, there's a picture of Jen. Drink?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
We tried our best, Mrs. Asian, but her injuries were too severe.
No, I don't understand. I was just talking to her.
I'm afraid Jennifer passed away before we could get to her in surgery. We did the best we could. I am so sorry.
Where is she? Let me see her.
Please, Mrs. Asian, take a seat.
I don't want to take a seat. Let me talk to her. Now.
I'll arrange for you to see her. In the meantime, James is in recovery. He's stable for now.
I don't want to see him.
You are standing in the hallway. Something has stopped you in your tracks. While searching your mind, your sister interrupts. She waves her hand in front of you and asks if you can drive her home. She still feels out of sorts. Those words echo. See, I think the game wants me to drive her home, but I don't want to say no. Don't drive. You're drunk, you idiot. I'm gonna have to drive her home, you know. Look at Jen. She's waiting patiently for that ride home you promised her. Drive home. Say no. She waves her hand in front of you and asks if you can drive her home. You still feel... Why is the light flashing? You still feel out of sorts. Go to car. Leave house. Open front door. Go to front door. There's no point till you find the car keys. Okay, get car keys. Look for car keys. Must be in the kitchen or the living room. Right, go to living room. You sure your keys are in the living room? It's a lot more relaxed in there. Various guests are sat in the chairs having civilised conversations. There's a coffee table in the middle of the room. Your mum is pouring a drink at the drinks cabinet. Sounds like they're a family of alcoholics. Look for car keys. Right, we'll try the kitchen then. Go to hallway. Empty-handed, you head back to the hall. You are standing back in the hallway, bottle of whiskey in hand, but no car keys. Jen points to the living room and sighs as she puts on her coat. They weren't in the living room, we've just checked that. I'll have a look again. Jen, you better not be trolling me. You'll just be walking home. And believe me, that'll be the best bet for you. You're sure your keys are in the living room. Right, look at coffee table. Drinks on coasters like proper civilised people, you can't see your keys. Look for keys. Right, if you get your coat, maybe we should get ours as well. Ask Mum. Look at Mum. She's totally in her element here. She's always loved being the host. Not like she's wasted. Go to drinks cabinet. Go to coffee table. Get coat. Maybe our car keys are in her coat. Jen, they're definitely not in here. You've been trolling me, ain't they? Jen, you're trolling me. She's still pointing to the living room. Right, get coat. I'm just going to check the kitchen. I'm just going to check the kitchen. Maybe your keys are in the kitchen. Maybe they are. The guests are like a set of vultures picking at the roast on the kitchen counter. Your daddy's locking up the utility room. Look for keys. Yeah, I know they're even in the kitchen or living room. That's why I'm going to the kitchen and... Right. Look at car keys. I am looking for them. That's why I'm putting look. Read the words that I'm typing in. Speak to Dad. Dad, have you seen my car keys? Dad tells you to take your sister home, but to go slow since you've had a few drinks already. Look at coat. Just make sure it's not in the kitchen. Could be anywhere by the sound of this party. Right. Go to hallway. I didn't speak to Mum, did I? Maybe Mum knows where my keys are. Right, Jen, I know you're still pointing to the living room. Just give me a second. I'm trying to work out where my fucking keys are. I'm sure somebody's fucking moved them. Sure somebody has moved them. Hello, Kitty Pet. It is a lot more relaxed in here. I know you keep telling me that. Right, talk to Mum. That coffee table's got to have something to do with it. Tears immediately start to appear in her eyes. My son, off to America. She gives you a hug. Hug, Mum. There's a coffee table in the middle of the room. I'm going to guess that's where the keys are. But why is he not telling me where the keys are? Right, they're definitely not on the coffee table. Jackets and coats everywhere. Look at coat. Look for coat. Go to coat. Where the fuck are my keys? You controlling mofos. Yeah, I didn't think it would understand that. Try coats. The coat is a lie. The coat is a myth. The coat doesn't exist. Go to drinks cabinet. I don't know what. Go to cabinet. Look at coats. See, I'm stuck on this bit now, but I really need to know what happens after this bit. I can't play all three of them and just go, nah, we'll just leave it here. We'll work out what happened. Need to work out what this bit is. Right, so Jen obviously knows we're in the living room, so they're in here. Search living room. One of the chairs is overflowing with jackets and coats. Go to chairs. Look at chair. No. Chairs. Look at coats. You search for all the jackets and coats until you find yours. Aha! Car keys in the pocket. We knew they were there. We knew they were there. Why is my coat mixed in with everybody else's? Mine should be hanging up. Now, I'm really happy that we found the car keys, but I know how it's going to end out. I feel like I've just contributed to Jen's death. Keys in hand, you head back to the hall. Jen thanks you for helping her out. She has work in the morning and no one else is in any fit state to drive. I don't think we are after the whiskey we've guzzled by the looks of it. You can handle it though. You know the road like the back of your hand, don't you? Leave house. You open the front door or walk out into the freezing cold. That door was closed. The cold air hits you. You are glad you have your jacket with you. There is a dusting of snow around as you step down from the porch. The yard extends around the back of the house and the car sits in the front of the house. Tell Jen to get a taxi. No, can't tell Jen to get a taxi. I feel like I'm being led down this one avenue where I know that Jen's going to die. You fumble with your car handle confused until Jen tells you maybe use the key in your hand. Okay. Use key. That should be a good sign for Jen to say, no, you know what? I'm going to walk home. If you can't open the car door because you're that shit-faced, you forget the car needs a key, you're in trouble. Fumbling with the car keys, you eventually get the door open and climb inside. The car is freezing. As you fumble around with your seatbelt, your sister opens up the car glove box and hands you a note and a key that was inside. She tells you that it's for you when you return. Start car. Read note. I don't think we can read a note because... Not read car, read note. Give me 2 seconds to keep it. I haven't been on Foxhole for a while. And then I've had some new additions to it. Yeah, the note and the key that we found earlier as well, Couch. It does all link together. Give me 2 seconds, Kitty. Let me just finish this because this has been engrossing me for the past 3 hours. But I haven't seen any major updates. I know they've had some new additions for bits and bobs to it, different tanks and stuff. But I haven't played it for about 2 weeks myself. The note is from your dad and reads, "Hi son, hope you enjoy your break. You'll need to fire up the generator around back to get the power and the lights on. Also found something in the attic for you. It's in your room. Enjoy." So there was mention of an attic earlier. Right, it's time to go. Start car. You try to turn the ignition with sheer willpower, despite holding the curtain. Right. Put keys in ignition. It takes a number of attempts, but you eventually slot the key into the ignition. Start car. You turn the key in ignition and the car roars to life. Leave drive. Car squeals but stays stationary. Okay. Jen suggests releasing the brake. This is probably really good. A really good sign that we should not be driving. Release brake. You very hesitantly release the handbrake. Select reverse. That is guessing that we do need to reverse it off. Right, drive, leave driveway. Come in. Or have we got to select a gear? You put the car in gear and pull out of the driveway like it was a first time driver. You really shouldn't be driving. I am driving very drunk on the road towards the town where your sister stays. Jen started dozing off as soon as the journey got going. This shouldn't take long. You come to a junction. Is it left or right? You can't remember. We have a decision to make, stream. Do we go left? Do we go right? This is a tough one. Couch, I'm going to put this on you. You've been very helpful all the way through tonight. I'm going to let Couch decide. Couch can have the call. Do we turn left or turn right? Now, was that up arrow for poets? Or was that for kitties? This is a big decision. Left. Turn left. You don't want to, but you'd better ask Jen for directions. You've been let off the. You've been let off. You've been let off the hook there. She grunts and throws her arm to the left. It is left, Couch. Well done. And of course it's left. Right. Turn left. You turn the car left at the junction and accelerate off. Confident that you're on the right road now, you loosen up and put your foot down on the accelerator. You feel powerful as the engine roars at your command. Jen sits up in a chair and clutches your arm. She asks you to slow down. Slow down. That's not really happened, is it?
James, pull over.
Jenny's hitting your arm and yelling at you, crazy sister. Strange, there is a set of headlights coming directly at you, but really slow, like slow motion. Brace! 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 You try to react, but your body isn't responding. There's nothing you can do to stop this. There's no way to control it. The lights merge with your car.
For fuck's sake, pull over.
The outside joins inside. The whole world around you begins to scream.
James!
It was at this very moment, wasn't it, James? The moment you lost it all. Your sister, your parents, yourself. And then you made it worse. Go on. Show us what you did.
You wake up in the car, your world is upside down, your seatbelt struggles against gravity trying to hold you in your seat. An impact into another car has torn a hole in the chassis, poisonous fumes spill into your car from the engine. You are in grave danger, you have to get out of here. Remember when we was reading that robot thing's mind? And we were like that alien that had fell in the spacecraft. That's kind of the same thing. It is the get out part, Couch, you're on. Release seatbelt. You release yourself from the seatbelt, gravity takes over and you slump on the roof of the car. Open door. You squeeze through the wreckage and fall to your knees on the ground next to your vehicle. Every breath brings pain to your chest, your head is throbbing. A blue car has smashed into the passenger side of your car. Your life cannot be ruined by this. You are standing holding your whiskey and your dad's note, and flashing lights are approaching at a distance. So the police report said that the whiskey was in the police officer's car, the other car. We've got to put it in that other car, I think. No, I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to drink out of the whiskey bottle. Oh, you can't read it, can you? It says, come on, James, if you drink this now, you are going to get what's coming to you. Go to blue car. The door is jammed. You don't have time for messing around like this, James. Your life cannot be ruined by this. Stand up. I'm guessing we are stand up. No, we're not standing up. I'm still in the car. Leave car. No, it says I'm standing. I think we opened the door, didn't we? We called outside. Exit car. I'll just try it once more time, just in case. Look around. Crash site. Smoke billows from the crash car to the sky above. Exterior lights flickering on and off. Look at wreckage. Look at crash. I feel like I'm under pressure from this thing that's looking at me over here. I feel like I'm being judged. Put whiskey in blue car. With the lights approaching closer, you begin to hear the thrill of the sirens. You simply cannot go to jail for this. You clean the bottle to remove your connection with the whiskey. You then very deliberately spill the remainder of the bottle's contents onto the driver as you toss the incriminating evidence onto his passenger seat. James is a drink driver. Circle of flashing lights surround you, illuminating the crash site into darkness. Behind them, an army of people are all staring. One figure steps out, a silhouette, and walks towards you. It is one of Robot Stig's eyes. Look at silhouette. I'm not making any sense. Okay, that's very polite of you. Way to say it. Whoa, what happened there? Now I'm under pressure. Go to figure. As you approach the man, pulsating lights around you get dimmer and dimmer, while the pain in your head increases. You fall to the ground at his feet.
I know you're tearing yourself apart over it, but no matter what you keep telling yourself, you have to listen to me. That accident.
That was it. The woman that was speaking to us at number 2 in the snow.
Me.
That was his sister.
You have to remember.
The voice is very similar.
It was all your fault.
And she blames him.
I knew what you did. How you left me there to protect yourself. Planting evidence on some poor man. You went headfirst into that officer and you wrecked all of our lives. And then you couldn't even take responsibility. You did the right thing for you and no one else. Save yourself. Only it was wrong, wasn't it?
It was wrong, it's very wrong.
Look at you now. Utterly consumed by it. Say it, James.
It was James's fault.
Say it. Tell them.
You're going down
Listen
here.
to yourself.
It has to end, James.
I'm going to go back to that room where we were before.
Do you not understand?
It was my fault.
This episode you're having must come to an end. Make it stop, make it stop. Do you remember?
Sometimes they make you watch your past session to see what really happened.
Stop the session, Mr. Haitian. Well, I think we've made progress today, Mr. Haitian. I guess we should tell the police what you've told us. Although I don't suspect it'll take you anywhere. I think you'll be with us for quite some time. Come on, let's get you back to your shows. I'll see you tomorrow.
I've got to say, that was one of the best games I've played in a long time. That was fucking awesome. That's definitely an IGN 10 out of 10. That was that is absolutely, that was brilliant. Poet, you have to watch all the stream back. Watch all the stream back, it will make perfect sense all the way through. It's a little bit weird, but that last one kind of ties it all up, and I understand now why they had the endings as they did. So you were like, what? I need to know more. That's how I felt, Couch. I felt totally speechless about it. I think anybody that gets done for drunk driving should play this. That was awesome. That turned out a lot better than I expected. I started this game not knowing anything about it or what to do. We sat on the first bit for about 3 minutes waiting for the game to do something, and then we realised we could actually type on the keyboard, and then we took it away from there. That was really good.